participants for joining. I also thank all the participants for joining this morning japa session. So without much waiting, we will start the all auspicious Srimad Bhagavatam. Before that, we do with a short kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatin Vyasam Tado Jayam Buddhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langaiti Girimet Krupatvam Maham Mande Sri Guru Tinataram Paramananda Madhavam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, Dhritarashtra quits home, Sloka number 56. Dvashtamaya Gunadarko Niruddha Karanashayaha Naivartita Akilahara Aste Stanur Ivachalaha Tasya Antarayo Vaibhabhu Sanyastakila Karmanaha. Word meaning, translation and purport by Stephen Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Dvastra being destroyed, Maya Guna, the moods of material nature, Udarkaha affects, Nirudha being suspended, Karana Asheha, the senses and the mind, Nivartita stopped, Akhila all, Aharaha, food for the senses, Aste is sitting, Stanu immovable, Iva like Achala, fixed, Tashya, his, Antaraya, hindrances, Ma Eva, never like that, Abhu, be, Sanyasta, renounced, Akhila, all sorts, Karmanaha, material duties. Translation. He will have to suspend all the actions of the senses, even from the outside, and will have to be impervious to interaction of the senses, which are influenced by the modes of material nature. After renouncing all material duties, he must become immovably established beyond all sources of hindrances and the path. Purport. Dhritarashtra had attained by the yogic process the stage of negation of all sorts of material reaction. The effects of the material modes of nature draw the victim of indefatigable desires of enjoying matter, but one can escape such false enjoyment by the yogic process. Every sense is always busy in searching for its food, and thus the conditioned soul is assaulted from all sides and has no chance to become steady in any pursuit. Maharaja Yudhishthira was advised by Narada not to disturb his uncle by attempting to bring him back home. He was now beyond the attraction of anything material. The material modes of nature, the gunas, have their different modes of activities, but above the material modes of nature is a spiritual mode, which is absolute. Nirguna means without reaction. The spiritual mode and its effect are identical. Therefore, the spiritual quality is distinguished from its material counterpart by the word nirguna. After complete suspension of the material modes of nature, one is admitted to the spiritual sphere, and action dictated by the spiritual modes is called devotional service or bhakti. Bhakti is therefore nirguna, attained by direct contact with the Absolute. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshmurum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dvadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapatakabalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Cha Vishakhanvitam Cha E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostame Taptaka Jana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha पतितानां पापनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So Narada Maharshi has continued his advice, suggestions, and pacifying Yudhishthir Maharaj that he does not have to lament, nor you should, go to forest and bring them back. So this is not required because this is the will of the Lord. This is the plan of the Lord. Dharma tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So when the Lord has created this universe through Brahma, and Lord also know how to maintain it. So creation, maintenance, and annihilation is completely done by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. But he does through his devotees, Brahma and Lord Shiva and Vishnu. He himself does this. So we can also take an example saying that if father and mother, if they have given birth to a child, and they know how to rear the child and how to bring up the child and when to dress him, when to feed him, when to bathe him, everything they know it. But the child, when the child grows up, he may think that he knows everything. So, but that is not correct. That has been actually corrected by the father or mother. Here, we have the Supreme Father is Krishna. Pitaham Asya Jagato Mata Data Pitamaha. Krishna is Pita. Krishna is Mata. Krishna is a grand share for all of us. So after Kurukshetra war, Yudhishthira Maharaj became very morose, but Krishna uh, instructed Arjuna also that you don't have to lament. The same way, now Narada also appeared in the scene and he is pacifying and consoling Yudhishthira Maharaj that whatever you have done is correct. You don't have to worry about that. So here the translation says that now Dhritarashtra, after enlightenment by Vidura, he had been to the forest and now he is doing Ashtanga Yoga. So he will have to suspend all the actions of the senses, even from the outside, and will have to be impervious to interactions of the senses which are influenced by the modes of material nature. After renouncing all material duties, he must become immovably established beyond all sources of hindrance on the path. So, in the city life, we also get a lot of disturbance. So, Even chanting is also very difficult because from the outside, the neighbors or the phone calls and other types of disturbances are there. So, however, when we chant, we have to chant it very attentively. But whereas the distraction comes in the form of two ways, one is sight, the other is the sound. This way, we are getting disturbed. So when we do this Ashtanga yoga, why do they prefer to go to the forest? Means there won't be any disturbance, and it's very calm and serene. Everybody can able to practice their sadhana. Similarly, and Dhritarashtra also, after being advised by Vidura, and he had been to the forest now. So in the Srila Prabhupada in the purport says, Dhritarashtra had attained by the yogic process the stage of negation of all sorts of material reaction. Every action has got in equal and opposite reaction that's available only in this material world. But when we go to the spiritual world, there won't be any reaction. So Prabhupada here says that every sense is always busy in searching for its food. Like when we have the eyes, especially the eyes, when we have objects on so many things, like a person would like to buy a bike. So when he is going on the road, and he sees lots of bikes there. This is a Bullet, and this is a Hero, and that is a Honda, and what are its features, and he starts meditating on them. And because of the senses and the objects, when the senses um, having perceived by the objects, uh, this mind gets agitated. In this way, living entity is conditioned. uh, this is the sight. Then when you talk about ears, because ears also come into the senses category, this ear also always wanting to search for its food. Ear's food is um, hearing mundane music, and even some people think, it is very sattvic hearing cinema songs. So in my office, there are certain people, um, they got retired some time back, and now in the WhatsApp group they are posting so many cinema songs, like even black and white cinemas. Some 40 years back, 30 years back cinemas they post, and they are posting the collection of songs, and they are advising others, those who are working, those who also got retired. You enjoy this music, you hear very nicely. So this is a kind of sense gratification, and they hear the songs. What is that song about? They don't worry about the meaning of the song. They want some kind of music and they want to enjoy. But factually, that songs, they were talking about man and woman uniting, or man is glorifying the woman, and the woman is also glorifying man, his muscle, his strength, or whatever acts he has done. Oh, it's very good, it's fantastic. The same way man is also praising her. Oh, you look so beautiful, and you charm like anything, you attracted so many, like that. So some other poets are there. Upon seeing the nature, these poets also, they um, write so much poetry, prose, and they want to glorify the Prakriti, but they do not know Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suite Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagat Aparividyate. This Jagat is completely captured uh, with its three modes of material nature. It conditions the living entity. So in this way, all the living entities have been conditioned. And here it is the turn for Dhritarashtra, and he is very much attached to his kingdom, his sons, and the place, the royal palace where he lived in, and palatable dishes he used to eat, and he used to have great opulence, and he never wanted to give it up. And in such a way, he got really attached. But it is a mercy, and It is the association of a great Vaishnava who is Vidura. Vidura also had got enlightened. So, in this way, just by having association of Vidura, Dhritarashtra got really enlightened. So, because he is attached to so many things, and it is a turn for Vidura to come and teach a lesson. Actually, during Kurukshetra war, Vidura had gone to the forest. He would not have come back to Hastinapura, but because he had a little affection for his brother Dhritarashtra, he came back and he gave him left and right with the philosophy. So in this way, Vidura nicely helped him. Now Dhritarashtra, he is in the forest. Now he came to know by Narada saying that your both the uncles and your aunt Gandhari, they were in the forest. You don't have to go, you don't have to first of all lament for them. And where is the question of bringing them back? So you should never bring them back. So it is just like, a student studying in 10th standard. So we should not, bring him back to the ninth standard, 8th standard, or 4th standard, 2nd standard, like that. We should always to be in a progressive way. And also there was a hunter, or there was a hunter-like person who used to eat a lot of meat. So by the association of a devotee or one pious sadhu advises him, see, your life is very abominable. You started hunting and eating. It is like a demonic life. You are not supposed to do that. Then that person becomes he first gives up the meat eating. Then also he embraces vegetarianism, and he is very nicely practicing. In this situation, we should never advise him to come back to non-vegetarianism. Oh, you used to eat a lot of meat. Now I'm offering you chicken, mutton. Come, you come and relish. So we should never encourage them in that way. So that they should, we should always encourage them to progress in their Krishna consciousness, or at least in a human platform. So animal platform to the human platform to the divine platform, these are the various stages that we should rise up. And if a man from animal platform to human platform, if he comes, and we should never ask him to go back to the animal propensity. So in this way, Dhritarashtra got enlightened. Now, Dhritarashtra previously, he was very much attached to the kingdom, and he did a lot of offenses towards the Pandavas. Then who are the Pandavas? They are all the devotees of the Lord. So we should never do any aparadha also. As you know, there are 6 kinds of aparadhas are there, Vaishnava aparadhas. Number 1 is killing a Vaishnava. This is very abominable. If any person kills a Vaishnava, and for sure he will go to the hellish planets for millions and millions of years and births. So the second one is blaspheming a Vaishnava unnecessarily. So the third one is feeling malice towards a Vaishnava. Then fourth one is not greeting a Vaishnava upon seeing him. So we also come across various Vaishnavas. So we need to greet them. Mundane people also, they wish very well, like a good morning, sir, good evening, hi, how are you? That's okay. But when we are in Krishna consciousness, it is our minimum courtesy to say Hare Krishna with a smiling face. If that is not coming, that is a kind of aparadha. And also, becoming angry with a Vaishnava. This is also a kind of a aparadha. Then fifth one is not feeling happiness upon seeing a Vaishnava. When Vaishnava come across, we are supposed to, be happy upon seeing. Then we may think, Prabhu, how this can be done? And in a normal way, is it possible? Upon seeing a Vaishnava, how I should feel very happy. So I will tell you. See, when you see a Vaishnava, if you know him, then you should remember all his good qualities. Like, okay, this devotee is doing a nice kirtan. This devotee does wonderful service. And this devotee, he cooks very nicely. And this devotee preaches very nicely. So those good qualities we need to uh, take it up, and we should at least not in a open, within we can think, this is a good Vaishnava. I should have his association, or his qualities also I can acquire. And at least in mind, we should glorify the Vaishnava. Then there won't be any problem. But if nothing happens, at least, we are supposed to be in a neutral state, then there will not be any problem. So some devotees, they may not be knowing these aparadhas. Some devotees, they know it, but still they keep on doing. And that is the greatest stumbling block in their Krishna consciousness. So for our information, Dhritarashtra and his sons, they have done all 6 kinds of aparadhas to the Pandavas. They tried to kill the Vaishnavas, and they blasphemed the Vaishnavas who are all Pandavas, and they are feeling malice towards Pandavas, and they never greeted in a healthy way to the Pandavas, and they are always angry with the Pandavas, and they are not feeling Pandavas upon seeing them. They always want to acquire their kingdom, and they were not even ready to give 5 villages also for them. In this way, Dhritarashtra, indirectly or indirectly, he has done these 6 kinds of aparadhas. But because he had association of pure Vaishnava, who is Vidura, who is Yamaraj himself, and he got really enlightened. Now he reached the stage of Nirguna, means where there is no material reaction. Otherwise, because of his heinous activities, Dhritarashtra had to go to the hellish planets. But now that has been stopped, or it has been, completely removed because of Vidura's association. So, in this way, Narada Maharshi is explaining to Yudhishthira Maharaj, you don't have to worry at all. You don't have to go to forest and bring your uncle Dhritarashtra back to Hastinapura. So don't do such things. So you simply keep quiet, and Supreme Lord Krishna himself, he made you enthroned Hastinapura, and he established you as a king because you are well qualified. Uh, the reason for the Lord appearance is, maybe if you see the 10th canto, chapter 1, we will understand that Lord Brahma, along with all the demigods, he reaches Lord Vishnu, and he started praying the Lord, because the demonic people have appeared in the material world, and they are making great havoc to the suras. So please enlighten us, please protect us, and please save us from these asuras. Then the Lord replied that I will surely come back. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujami hanam. Now the adharma is more prominent. It has become now. So at that time the Supreme Lord appears. Okay, so any other items I'm just seeing? Okay, so bhakti is therefore nirguna, attained by direct contact with the absolute. So in this way, Dhritarashtra had been escaped from the hellish planets, and with the help of Vidura, now he has attained liberation. So the other day, Parabhakti was also mentioning that liberation is not the goal of a devotee. So the devotee always aspires to serve the lotus feet of the Lord, and he never asks anything. So by being in this situation, the liberation is at the doorstep of a devotee. But the devotee does not want either um, uh, either in a hellish planet or in a heavenly planet or in a middle planet, upper planetary system, wherever he is, the devotee always wants service of the Lord. So when we come to the practicality, it is not that just yesterday for Sunday feast we served. Today we take relax and we do not do any service. That is not the understanding, and that is not the enlightenment actually. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya means we are supposed to serve, always engage our senses in the service of the Lord, so that the senses will not get agitated. The problem for us, we do weekly service or monthly service, and rest of the days, we still want to have our own comforts, our own facilities, and our own enjoyment. But when Sunday feast comes, we jump Prabhu Sunday feast time there. So it is just like, you are taking a medicine which is advised to take daily, but we are taking, monthly or weekly. So the effects will not come. Just like our hands are dirty, with plain water if you wash, it will not go. We have to apply soap. When you apply soap and wash with the water, then it's a complete cleanliness. So in this way, the Dhritarashtra had been saved, and up in the upcoming verses, 58, 59, 60, by 60, this chapter will end, and we may enter new chapter by next week. So thank you very much for joining the morning Mangalarti session and Bhagavatam class. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions or comments, kindly unmute yourself and come on the video. Hare Krishna, are you all there? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare